Yeah, and then what? Yeah, and then oh, no, don't say it. Okay. Hey!
Where's change?
Going on?
What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the show. I'm joined by Ryan from SnyderVerse, Anthony from the ACS Universe, and Neil from the regular Neil Show. And also joining us today as our special guest, it is Rhea from the Rhea channel. Rhea, what's the name of your channel?
Hey, what's up? How are y'all doing?
Doing
Great.
well.
Rhea,
Great.
what's the name of your channel exactly?
Rhea. Just my name.
Rhea.
R-A-Y-A.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Do some research, Andre.
I know, I'm pretty sure it was called Rhea, but I was like, wait, hold on. Let me make sure I get it right.
But I'm a
basic.
subscriber.
Yeah, I was subscribed and I get notifications.
Yeah,
I get notifications.
I got the bell turned on.
Hey,
the
thank
bell
you.
turned on. Smash that
Appreciate it.
bell.
Appreciate it.
Smash the bell notification button here. Let's. Oh, you guys are both facing the same way. Let's see here. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, I don't know if you saw this or not, but I saw this online and I thought I had to share it because I thought it was a valid point. Maybe not. Did you guys see this?
Oh God.
Yo, bro, you got clapped.
I didn't get clapped. Okay,
You got
Yes,
totally.
you got
Yeah. Dude,
clapped.
you got
Whoever
pretty much
the hell,
bent over.
Chris, Ave, whatever. I didn't. That one person was like, "Oh, you posted that without permission." I'm like, dude, that was it was. I found it up there. Cool. I think it looks more like comic accurate.
Man, you know what? You ruined it. You just ruined it.
Get out of here.
And people
No,
were like,
you're not a fan. You're not a fan.
people were like,
Such a phony.
Yeah.
you made this? You made this edit? I was like, no, I just found it on the on Twitter. Like, what are you talking about? I liked it because look, the nose bothered me. This is more of a defined nose. I like that, and I like this reminds me of the comics. How the way it shapes around his mouth. I like that. And everyone was like, oh, why would you want to cover up his beautiful jawline? I'm like, well,
Yo, the most symmetric face in the world, bro.
let me see. Hold on. Is my audio all fucked up? No, it sounds. Let's see. Audio sounds bad. Does it sound bad, you guys?
You sound pretty clear to me.
Yeah, you sound fine. I
Well,
mean, what
I-
you're saying is trash.
Hold on. I'll do this. Hold on.
I did not get clapped hard, okay, RJ.
RJ's
Yeah,
a
you
lawyer.
did.
He knows
You're
about
supposed
it.
to be
Yeah.
defending me in this circumstance, but you know.
Hey, Andre, hold up. Everybody be quiet for just a second. Hold up. I have it pulled up like on my other screen. The YouTube channel. It sounds great. Looks great. I don't know what.
Okay. Super Random, maybe you're working on your internet connection. We got Venom Hernandez in the chat. What's going on? We got Mick Lovin in the chat. What's up, Mick Lovin?
What up?
We got Anthony Beltray saying, "What up? It's trash." Donovan Martin saying same, but Ezra's future is
Belen.
Belen. And it said, find some good news for the Flash. I love seeing Alfred. That's right. We are going to talk about the return of Alfred, Jeremy Irons, to the Flash, which was confirmed yesterday by viewer Anon and also on Flash Film News. And then it just went crazy from there, which is great.
Simon says,
"Hey
Yo, what's up? Now Phil loved this photo. I have to admit, he loved the photo.
No, he was one of the first ones to
He
fight
thought it
me
was
on it. I
fire.
was just like, dude, I just thought it was a cool. Oh, okay, look. I thought that his mouth was the opening was too big. That's just what I thought.
His mouth
and,
is too big.
and I know
Why is
that
his
Ryan
mouth
felt the
too
same
big?
way. You felt the same way,
I never
Ryan.
said anything about his mouth.
Bullshit. You said you were the first
his
one to
mouth.
tell me. You were the first one to tell me. You were like, oh yeah, like the opening around his jaw, way too big. And I was like,
Oh
yeah,
my
you know
God.
what?
Yeah, his
His
jaw,
head.
not his
Come on,
mouth.
stop.
They're different.
It looked great, and this is straight up the Batman.
Don't you say comic book accurate? Because I'm gonna.
No.
Yeah,
I'm
okay,
saying,
thanks.
No. I'm saying
I'd hop a flight
this
to Georgia right quick.
Flight to Georgia.
That cowl is straight ripped from the Arkham games. That looks just like the Batman Arkham games.
I don't
Like
know.
the way it cuts back a little bit and comes down.
I actually didn't like the cowl. I mean, that was just me. It bothered me. Like the nose area bothered me. Like the stitching.
Yeah, I like
and stuff.
that.
It
I like
just
the
bothered me.
I
I
have
like
it
the
right
here.
forehead. I like the eyes.
I have it right
The
here.
eyes were good.
The nose, yeah, I can agree with you. The nose is rounded. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
To be honest, like the nose.
Yeah,
the
well,
suit-
you know, the Deadpool thing. He brings it up right here. A bitch about it not looking like. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't have. I didn't say it had to. I thought these are comic book characters, and their eyes are already whited out in the comics.
Yeah.
And Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool is very expressive. With I mean, he doesn't even have a mouth, right? Because he's hidden behind a whole mask.
Yeah,
he could emote. He could be very expressive.
Right, but my whole point was this: it wasn't about like the white eyes. That was just like optional for me. It was the nose and the jaw area. I just liked a more framed face.
I don't like the Christian Bale sort of rounded nose.
Bro, Christian Bale could barely move his mouth. That shit was so tight. It was like
this. It was like, oh, hey, how's it going? It was like really close to his mouth.
But the eyes, like I said, Robert Pattinson's performance in the Batman won almost 100%. The eyes were just killing that shit. So I didn't like how they whited the eyes out.
Like I said, I didn't really care so much about the eyes. It was about everything else.
I like the eyes.
I mean, look, Anthony, here, bring up your the cowl that Joey helped you get. That Joey bought for you?
Yeah.
Grab by the top. It's fucking...
Dude, what bothers me the most is the nose. It looks like an S&M mask. That's what it reminds me of. Yeah, because
I think it was supposed to.
I feel like that's where he got it from. I don't know.
This is a year 2 Batman. Come on, he's not gonna have a pointy nose the first year.
I'm Batman. But that's just me. Ray, let me ask you. Were you a fan of Pattinson's cowl? The cowl on this Batman's suit.
I'll be honest, I'm like a lot more casual than y'all, so maybe I didn't think about it too much. I think like my whole like overall criticism of a lot of like the film Batman cowls are that a lot of them leave their features really exposed, so you could reasonably like
tell who they
decipher who they are, like and put 2 and 2 together. And obviously like the height as well, like you could probably guess who it is too. So maybe like certainly like with the Pattinson cowl, a lot of it is contoured to his exact facial, defining characteristics. So I'm like, okay, his defined cheekbones, his like narrow chin, like his narrow face, like it's a little too like on the nose, matching his profile. I wish they would have made it a little bit more ambiguous.
So Rhea, you would prefer your Batman just sort of in a fat suit, it's like hiding his muscles.
I don't mean it like that. I mean, it's not so general that it can be anyone. But yeah, like
Billie Eilish wear baggy clothes.
He's got on like
I don't recognize that guy at all.
The onesie, the fucking.
He's got a big onesie. You heard it here. Rhea likes her Batman to look bigger.
Swole bat.
Jesus Christ.
Swole bat.
It's fire.
So, Neil, I mean, did you like the suit, the cowl on Batman? That was the only thing that bothered me was the cowl. It just kept bothering me. You know what it was? Is every time I saw him, like I couldn't take him seriously because it looked more like a costume.
Did you not like how far back the ears were or something?
No, that didn't bother me. It was just like
it didn't really bother me.
Well, because like his whole jaw is exposed, so like if he gets hit hard enough in the jaw, it'll break his jaw, and he's like, "Oh, what do I do now?"
Kind of like, why didn't you shoot him in the face when they were all shooting him?
Shoot him in the head.
Shoot him in the face. Oh fuck.
Well, and then like I mean, honestly, everyone's like, "Why would you cover?" Why would you cover up his beautiful jawline?
Falafel.
Is what guys were telling me. They're like, why would you cover up his beautiful jawline? I'm like, well, to be honest with you, his beautiful jawline would have got blown off when that bomb went off in front of his face.
Oh,
and somehow nothing happened to him. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm sure knocked out.
Nothing. He's just like, oh.
I don't like, dude. His whole jaw would have flew off. You know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't have been a pretty sight. I was like, oh my god.
Let me tell you something.
If you talk about all the explosions he's been in his entire existence of the character, comic books and movies, he'd be dead, bro. That's just so it's just like it's a movie.
I'm sorry, but Batman would have been or should have been dead, and a lot of characters in the Batman should have been dead from the movie.
And RJ, like I liked his suit. Like I had no problems with the suit. The cowl just kind of bothered me. I mean, overall, it's not terrible.
You didn't like the collar on the back of the.
No, I was fine with the collar. You didn't like the collar.
I like the collar.
What I said was what I said. Hold on. What I said is that I understand why he has a collar because now.
Hate.
he could turn his neck, and you don't get the crinkle neck. You know the other Batman.
The
if he
hot
turns
dog
his
neck?
I don't know.
Let's
I
do it
mean,
like
I
crinkle
thought
up.
Ben Affleck's Batman could turn his head pretty well.
In BVS, he could. In Justice League, if you watch him, he does a lot of the.
That's when he's in his suit. That the big suit where he looks like he can't wipe his ass. Do you need a stick to get to your eye?
The picture of the mask was very uncomfortable in it. Okay, well, everyone's like, "Oh, why does it look like the?" People were like, "Why does the cow have to look like it's suffocating him?" I'm like, "It's not suffocating him. His fucking mouth was exposed. Like he can breathe."
I looked at it and I went through like the comments. I literally there'd be like 13 clapping you, one like
Well,
I don't think she's thinking that at all. Okay, I really don't. I think she's wondering.
She's like,
no, I just know I'm a little outclassed when it comes to like knowledge on the source material. So
we don't.
I'm fully being honest about
that. This has nothing to do with source material. This is
nothing at all. Here, I'll turn my camera off.
What would be
well, that's the argument that's been going on the post, right? A lot of people were saying like comic book accurate this, like movie reference that, like
there we go, Daniel.
Utility of the outfit that, and I'm just like, okay, like. Yeah,
no,
not issues, just like a bunch of points are being made. Like,
yeah, but like it's just kind of like, oh my god, really?
I did not think this would actually get this much. Like I said, I tweeted this out at 3 in the morning, right when I got to work, and I was like, yeah, it's cool, whatever. And then it just like, everyone was like, ah!
Why does he have white eyes?
Why did you have white eyes? Why did you say that name?
Not a tumor.
It's not a tumor. Why did you say that name?
It's not white.
It's not white. So anyway, there was that. And then there was this over here. So this is a girl. Her name is MK Ultra. And let me get rid of Daniel's comment there. And then there we go. So this is MK Ultra. Now she makes these miniature video stores. So let's check this out really quick. Let me
like dioramas.
We'll check this out. Hold on.
I can't. I'm Melissa.
Ooh. That's so cool.
Who was like, ooh.
I made about 3 videos.
That's fucking so cool, though. That's talent right there.
These are awesome.
Yeah.
Aren't they awesome?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's dioramas.
nice.
That is sweet. She does all this from scratch?
Yeah.
Bro,
I mean, I don't know.
The detailing. No, she has to. My
So we
God.
hit all the lights back here, so there wouldn't be any gross wires. And ta-da!
Wow.
I'm gonna get hit with copyright.
This
now.
music about to get you clapped.
Yeah, stop with
There
that.
you go. There.
Yeah.
It's silent, right?
Oh, it's something major.
Oh, she's taking it apart.
Yeah. So it has it uses a magnet to connect it, and then she opens
Look
it
at
up
the,
and she
like,
shows it to you.
look
That's dope.
Detail.
Isn't that badass?
Also,
Yeah.
level,
It's all to scale
cool.
too.
yeah.
That
Also-
looks like your average comic book shop too.
It does.
There's like
It
no
does.
place to move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, the
She has
level
candy
of
inside
patience.
there, or whatever that is.
Oh yeah. Oh,
It's
the
like she's
level of
playing
patience
Operation.
involved in this is off the scales. Like
Yeah.
to
He
put something
opens
like this
something.
together. Yeah.
Look at that.
Integrity 101. It surprises you that the way everyone thinks. So every time, like, wow, I can't believe this.
Jumping gigawatts.
Wasn't that cool though? I
Yeah,
was like,
that was
holy
dope.
crap.
That was
Yeah.
dope. That was dope. Yeah.
I mean, I like where is it? Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. When you go inside of it, that's when I was like, holy crap. I mean, right there, Elvira was Boba
Yeah.
Fett.
Yep.
Boba.
I missed that, but that is my Boba Fett.
Yeah. Before the
Before Tatooine.
What's all this? Oh, this is the adults only.
Oh.
Oh, the awkward moment always running into somebody when they came out of those little curtains.
It's like, hello, child. I'm just passing through.
I used to love that. My dad would be like, "Get away from there!" I'm like, but I'm like, "What's going on in there?"
He says you have to
Why
be
is
a
it so
strong-willed
private?
and committed to do this type of stuff. Yeah, I mean, this
Oh,
is
yeah,
definitely a hobby. So
yeah.
instead of
Yeah.
like doing streams like we do, she just sits there and she makes these awesome video stories. So she's made 3 of these already. Now I know, Neil,
Yes.
you've made Lego Friends remakes. Is that right?
What? I've made the Lego apartments. Yes. I've
Yeah,
also
you've
got-
made those. Is that right?
Also got the Disney Castle, and I'm trying to
No,
make my
he
own.
was talking
little
about you
diorama.
make friends out of Legos because you have no.
Oh, see, I was just set up for that. Yes, and I like having all my little friends over.
It's tea time.
Show Shelly.
Do you have one you can show us
What?
nearby? A Lego set that you recreated as like You did one of like the coffee shop from Friends, didn't you?
Yeah, you want me to get that?
Is it near you, or is
Well,
it like
that's why you're.
it's near me.
That's
Oh,
why you've
geez.
been invited to the show.
Yeah, okay. Neil has to go now.
All right, so let's get on to the next subject.
Tea time with Walter. There we go.
Yeah.
He's gonna go get it. He's gonna go get it.
Watch,
No, but that's tight.
he's gonna
That's
trip. It's gonna fall and break.
Oh,
It's all your fault.
Don't say that, man.
Oh,
Don't say
no.
that. Don't do.
I love watching time lapses of people building like either Lego play sets or even like arcade units. Like I know Neil is big into the arcade units, and I'm like getting more into that hobby as well.
Mhm.
So I love watching people.
Yo,
like,
didn't
physically
Dawson
build
do
those.
one? He
What'd
did
he
one
do?
with the bat with the
Yeah, he did the
Well, the
Batwing.
Batwing.
I don't think he
Batwing,
did
yeah.
a video. I
yeah,
think
he did a video
He
and
did a
time lapsed
video.
it. Yeah, and he
Oh,
just sped it
wow.
up. Yeah.
Couple of the pieces are off, but yeah, like this is like the Friends one.
Wow.
Look at that.
Central Perk.
Central
Very
Perk.
cool.
So you made that
Now,
yourself.
now that's to scale.
Now,
Or did you buy that as a set, or did you
So,
create
little
that on your
fancy
own?
Stuff going in there. You got Gunther. Yeah,
Gunther?
so Gunther.
No, you
You know, I mean,
it's-
this shit's fun to do. I mean, I got the DeLorean. I got, the fucking Ecto 1. I've got the Disney Castle. I mean,
Look at
we're
Donovan's
keeping-
building a
we're
tumbler
keeping
right
it big
now.
on me right now. Is that what we're gonna do? Okay. So like,
So
Oh,
the
here
Disney
we go.
Castle
we
is
got-
that
we got
your
all that
creation, or did you do it off of
going
like
over
a
there.
map?
Huh?
The Disney Castle, did you make that like yourself, or did?
No, I'm not that freaking gifted.
Oh, I was gonna say, wow, that's amazing.
Dude, if I was doing that, you think I would be working a day job? I would just be making videos on that.
my bad. I didn't
like,
want to
you
give
know,
you too much credit.
We gave you too
Yeah,
much
yeah.
credit. So he's building the tumbler. Ryan's a huge fan of the tumbler. He loves that Batmobile.
It's a cool tank.
It's not a Batmobile.
Not a Batmobile.
What is that? A coffee shop for ants?
Oh, Paul Smith, if that's your real name. Come on.
I know.
Oh,
Who is
Smith.
this guy?
It has to be at
What's,
least
what's in
3
that-
times bigger.
in that the 18 movie? What's the there's always an agent named you don't talk about the 18, the remake that
Yeah.
came out.
Yeah.
There's always an agent named Smith or some shit like that.
I don't remember.
No,
There's
in
always-
the Matrix, there's Agent
Okay,
Smith.
relax.
All
I would
right.
grab my agent Smith. I would grab mine, but it's on the
Did you
floor.
know that? Did you know
Yeah,
that
yeah,
there was an
uh,
Agent Smith in the Matrix?
Yeah, I just wanted to drop some knowledge on you.
Okay, relax.
Because Ryan is our resident scooper, so he's dropping some knowledge right now. It doesn't matter what it is; he's just gonna drop it.
I got it. I got what you
Wall
need.
stew. Where's Wall stew?
Oh shit!
What?
That
was
was the
that?
wrong thing. Then there was this.
Oh, yes.
Contra. Yeah,
This
that
would've
would've
been
That would have
badass.
been dope.
Great game. That would have been.
But see, the
Stallone-
problem is, back in the '80s, they were having like it wasn't a feud, but it was sort of like a measuring dicks kind of thing. They wouldn't have done that, but it would have been dope if they had.
That's why it took them until what the fuck is the movie?
That's the
Stallone-
Expendables.
There you go.
Yeah, he was in it took
Because
them
I mean,
to-
even in Last Action Hero, when they
Yeah.
had that picture
Oh,
of
yeah.
Stallone as Terminator, they were kind of cool then.
Yeah.
Not as cool as they were in Expendables, but I wish that they had done something, when they were younger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Hey, thanks, Steve.
Definitely.
Thanks, Steve. Always a pleasure.
But this would have been a fire movie, and so I saw. So I was like, dude, I have to at least put this on there. I mean,
Yeah, watch them make it now with them.
I'm
both
surprised they
fucking
haven't.
geriatric as fuck.
Jerry, yeah, like, let's go.
It's all slow.
Come on, I'm trying to find the Contra. We'll find a Contra. We'll find it.
Did y'all watch that prison escape movie that they did together? Like
Oh,
in
yeah.
the last few years?
No, I never
what was it
watched it.
called?
Actually, I know
Oh,
what you're
yeah,
talking
The
about,
Escape.
though.
Yeah,
The Escape. That's it. What was
I think it was
called?
literally called The Escape, and then they made a
Was.
franchise of it. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Batista
So-
was one of them, I think.
I'm gonna put this in the chat. I'm gonna poll in the chat.
Yeah,
Would
Arnold.
you want to see this Contra movie?
If we're going back
it
in
was
time,
called The
yes.
Escape Plan. No, Integrity is right.
Escape Plan. There we
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
Paul
yeah.
Smith got it too. If that's your real name,
No,
would
no,
y'all-
I can't give Paul credit.
First, Paul Smith got it.
I know.
So potentially this would require some de-aging. Are y'all like fine with that? Like, what are
That's
y'all's
cool.
thoughts on
Yeah,
it?
let's go.
It's whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
That's the
as
thing
long
is-
as you make them wear muscle suits, we're good.
Yo, that's I don't know about Stallone, but I know fucking Arnold's still pretty.
Arnold.
Arnold.
And Max, if you want a link, I'll send you one. Just let me know.
Yay, Max.
Donovan, we already covered this, all right? Yes. I think it was called Escape Room or Escape Plan. Okay, it's Escape Plan.
You ever done an escape room? They're fun. They used to be fun. When
Ryan had a buddy who had an escape. What is it? The escape room?
That was like huge.
Business?
Who?
What?
You were telling me a story that a buddy of yours opened up a business, like the escape room. We go in and you try to escape the room.
Yeah.
And then it happened. He opened it up right before COVID started.
Oh, and it got shut down.
It got shut down.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you opened up an escape room and all of a sudden, COVID hit? You're like, oh God. You mean I can't put people in a room together? Damn it!
Oh, I
hate escape rooms so much. Those are like my job makes us do those for like bonding exercises. At least pre-COVID, like every quarter, we'd be like, time for a bonding exercise. We're going to have an escape room, and then they'd bring them on site and construct the escape room inside the office.
So
and I'm just like, I work with these people every day. I don't need to bond with them any more than I already do. I see them more than I see my own family. Like, I'm good.
Oh my God.
News break. They're watching right now. They're gonna
Oh man, yeah.
That's crazy. I can't imagine going to work and they make
they
an
bring
escape
one
room.
to you.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yes, yeah.
They like fashion one of the rooms there into an escape room, or they have one like
yes, yeah.
like a bounce
well, we would
house
have the little call rooms and stuff like that, and like that would basically be where the different activities are that we have to like solve and stuff like that. And I'm just like, yeah. I'm extra good on that.
At work too, I'd be like, dude, come on, like I'm just trying to get through my day here. I would love to. I had the worst customer I've ever had in 20 years of customer service today.
Damn,
I deserve a nap. Yes, you
I know
do.
that feel. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Try dealing with that, and then like, oh, we're gonna go do an escape room as the bonding.
Yeah, let's go do an escape room. Let's go.
And bring that bad customer.
Comes out
we'll leave them in there.
The one I almost punched in the face and lost my job for you.
So Lewis Cox is saying what's up to everybody, and he says, so is Ezra Miller replaced, or is Grant Gustin in the Flash movie as the movie Flash full time? No, look, I don't think Grant Gustin's going to take his place whatsoever. To be honest, he's not going to get recast. He's not going to get replaced. I don't think that's even going to happen. To me, the whole thing about, and we're going to talk about it a little bit later as well. As you can see, it's in the thumbnail. But overall, though, I think this is just a massive exaggeration of what's going to happen. People are blowing this way out of proportion. And Fantastic Beasts is about to come out. And if people start banning, I'm not going to watch if he's in there. That's different. But they're not going to, because he didn't do anything towards like. I'm saying right now, he didn't hurt any.
What occurred?
Yeah, he didn't hurt any animals. And he didn't.
No animals were hurt during this fiasco.
During the fiasco, yes.
Disclaimer.
Yeah, there's been like this ongoing kind of discussion, oh, is Ezra really like that valuable of a property or like a name for your IP, or are they easily replaced? And I'm just like, well, they easily replaced Johnny Depp,
he is easily replaced. I agree that Ezra is easily replaceable. Right, okay. But would they? Is this that big of an issue to where it's going to halt Fantastic Beasts and then halt the Flash movie? Also, because Fantastic Beasts comes out in 4 days, and they've known about this for one of those yet, and they haven't done anything to stop that thing from coming out.
I've seen every Harry Potter movie multiple times, and I have not seen any Fantastic Beasts movies. I don't know why.
Damn, bro.
I know. I don't know what's going on. I also correct this.
When you think about when it comes to Johnny Depp, and you think about the two parties involved, Amber Heard, Johnny Depp. Yep. First off, one of them, and look, this is not speaking on what actually happened between them, because I can care less. I never looked into that stuff. I just know that Johnny Depp got bounced from movies and Amber Heard didn't. And I'll just put it concretely like this, and this is probably what it grounded out to. Johnny Depp has had a string of bombs at the box office. Trash. Guess what Amber Heard had just done before that case happened? Starred in a $1 billion film, Aquaman.
Yeah. Aquaman.
So there's your choice right there. They're like, well, which one gotta go?
Yeah, and they probably both. I mean, of course they both have issues.
Oh yeah.
Not one of them is innocent or whatever because they've both been in the industry so long they're screwed up. Whatever.
Also, Ryan, you were saying that when it comes to Ezra, a consequence as big as like losing one of your big IPs that your name's attached to isn't necessarily like matching the quote unquote crime that he committed. Like
severity,
that's too big of a punishment.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, if he did something like unfathomable. Yeah. If he did something like that, then I would say okay, unforgivable. You know, meaning you cannot forgive. Then I would say, you know what, he can be replaced. I mean, actors get replaced all the time. These are just actors in movies. You know, it doesn't matter really. You know, people get replaced all the time.
According
good, sometimes bad.
According to Casey Walsh, anyway, they're not replacing Ezra Miller on The Flash. He's expected to die in Fantastic Beasts. Okay, well, that didn't spoil anything. I haven't seen the movie.
Yeah, and so Grant Gustin is not going to be promoted.
There's no way
to head the theatrical release of The Flash.
No, John.
If anything, he's in it. Sort of, you know, just as a nice complimentary thing for what Ezra did on his TV show. So, and that's nice. And I don't have any problems with Grant Gustin. I just know that he's not going to get the job.
Also, I really don't want them to recast Ezra Miller either, or have this impact the story that they were going to execute anyway. I don't want that to happen. I want them to follow through with the plan or whatever plan they had for this movie.
Oh, they have a plan.
Some sort of plan.
But Ann Sarnoff went with the plan. So
yeah. Also, I'm
promoting the plan.
If I'm Grant Gustin, do I even want to do that? I'm like,
no, you don't want to get typecast.
Yeah, you're like, I'll take over. You know what I mean? Like, no, you don't want to do that.
Oh, well, I know you're playing the Flash, Grant. But would you like to play the Flash?
No.
Yeah, man. Real Flash.
He's probably like, bro, I want to broaden my career, and that's
the only thing that Grant Gustin wants to do. Is
Tom Welling tried that; it didn't work too well.
He wants to get to his 10th season so that his show can get syndicated, so that he can get residual checks like they do for every show that gets 10 years a season. That's their. That's the cherry. That's what they want.
Wait, what plan? Yeah, that's why.
Yay! That was good. I like that.
Yeah. Where he's like, "Hey, I'll show you how to escape. We do it all the time. Let's go."
I do it all the time.
So let's go to our first bit of news that broke today, featuring our beloved Grace Randolph. And I have Integrity 101's comment on the screen. There we go. Let's see. Okay, so this is a tweet that I was talking about earlier, and it's a little video. Reyes Flores, he kind of clipped this, so let's take a look at this and hear what she has to say.
It's so funny. They released they tweeted about their new logo, and like every response was about the Snyder Cut. And I understand you guys, and I understand that your campaign was successful before, so you want to keep going. But I think you got to be careful. I think there's a fine line, and at a certain point, you're just killing their social media game, and I don't think that's going to make them like you very much. All right. So anyway, they're not going to be. I mean, I don't. Pat.
No, it's not.
Tone it down a little bit, guys. All right. So anyway,
what?
I mean,
she screwed up there. She caught herself, and she didn't know how to rebound.
Get more vinegar. You guys right now are vinegary. All right.
She kind of sounded like Bobcat Goldfried right there.
To me, it's almost like she got a little nervous. You know what I mean? Like she started talking about it, and then she was
like,
"You guys
gotta quit tweeting."
I don't quit tweeting that out. You guys are being too.
I don't know what you want.
That's what she sounded like.
I can't even piss.
Turn it up. What was the guy's name from Police Academy?
Bobcat Goldthwait.
Bobcat Goldthwait.
You know, man, I don't know.
I gotta find something wrong with my pants.
Didn't we pull up some of them shits?
Yes, you did that backstage.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, backstage.
Yeah, you couldn't do that. You play that.
Well, and then listen to her. She kind of stumbles on her own words a little bit. So let's take a look.
You're just killing their social media game, and I don't think that's going to make them like you very much. All right. So anyway, they're not going to be. I mean, I don't. Pat.
What?
Tone it down.
Pat.
All right. So anyway, I mean, that's to say that I just think it would behoove you.
Okay, this is a mess. So why did Grace Randolph kind of change her tune again? It seems like for 1 minute she's on the SnyderVerse fans' side, and now she's kind of again saying, I don't think this is the right thing to do, to kind of jump all over their social media campaign. But at this point, you have to expect that like the Snyder fans are extremely loud when it comes to using social media, and so you have to expect that they're going to use that 100%. I mean, Ray, does it surprise you at all that a lot of their tweets that they put out there has had a lot of responses saying to restore the SnyderVerse?
Well, I mean, do a lot of these posts from WB in general often have like that type of engagement on them to begin with, even before the WBD account was created, or is this like even more so than before? Because I'm not 100% sure. I'm trying to understand, like, is this more than usual? Like, because I'm usually seeing like there's like a common occurrence of that happening on all the posts.
This is a very familiar thing. Everything that I've seen that they've put out, they usually always it gets tweeted and responded by a bunch of restore the SnyderVerse, and sometimes I'm in there, sometimes I'm not. Neil, I was just reading your comment. They want what they want. Their social media campaigns be damned. I mean, really. And speaking of which, so she tells everybody, hey, maybe you guys should quiet down, calm down. What'd she say?
All right, get more flies with honey than vinegar. You guys right now are vinegary.
Right, and then so I said, tone it down, never, as a joke, right? And then so she says to tone it down. Well, that was yesterday.
Why did I hear vinegar, bro?
I know that was yesterday.
We're talking about salt and vinegar potato chips.
And so today, there was a banner flying over Hollywood saying, "Congratulations, Zaslav, restore the SnyderVerse." So I mean, it's not getting much quieter.
That's so vinegary.
That's super vinegary.
That's so tangy.
No,
I would call it apple cider vinegar.
Casey Walsh says, "I bet money that I bet money the hashtags have been muted on most of those accounts, and they don't even see them. I mean, it's possible, but I think their friends see them.
One of the ways is why not just change up the hashtag then to something else for Snyder? Instead of
use the one with the goat.
Use a new one. I don't know.
Use the one with the goat.
I don't even know what a new one would be. Restore the Snyder Vision. The SnyderVerse never left.
Snyder Vision, there it is. Let's say what's up to our executive producer, Mr. Sickness, in the house. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down. Let's see. We got Nadia Studio saying we are still trending.
Nadia what?
Oh, Santos. The studio.
Nadia Studio? What are we doing here?
Nadia Santos. Yeah, it's still trending right now, which is great.
Yeah.
Let's see. And then Walter Hamada is also here in the chat. He goes, because there never will be a SnyderVerse. Suck it. Okay, thanks. Thanks a lot.
In true Hamada form.
In true Hamada form. That's right. But so they did this today, which I thought was pretty cool. Let me pull it back up real quick. So there's the banner flying overhead.
Chinese.
And there's a Chinese theater. Yeah. Yeah. So over Hollywood, it says, "Thank you, David Zaslav, and restore the SnyderVerse." So there you go. I don't think, as a fandom, we're not going to quiet down. We're going to keep on doing what we do because we want to let.
As long as it's positive, the message positive, just like that. The plane flying around. What's the harm?
Exactly.
There's no harm in that, man. It's just fans doing what fans do.
Exactly. And not to mention, Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness had a new trailer today that we're going to watch a little bit later. So watch out. So watch out for that. And then let's see. And then this also came out too, where it says AT&T has pledged $4 billion to HBO Max over the next 3 years. It includes the cost of programming and lost earnings from steering movies and TV shows to the platform that otherwise would have been licensed to outside buyers. $4 billion. That's a lot of fucking money.
That's pretty much what they paid George Lucas.
$1 billion.
Yeah, exactly. And then if you look down here, here we go. The JN. He's restore SnyderVerse.
Guys, I would advise against doing that.
Guys, quiet down. Quiet down. It doesn't stop.
No.
Oh, the Wizarding World. There you go.
Oh, there you go. Somebody chimed in. All right.
Hey, this is a fire image. I've seen this.
Yeah,
before.
that's
So nice. That's badass. If no Snyder cut, then no subscription to HBO Max. Well, I mean, there you go. So
still
again,
no word on that 500 mil that they gave to JJ.
Yes, no, he's creating the animated Batman show, which we'll see sometime in the next couple of years.
Oh, good.
So there's that.
So there's that. And hopefully we'll see something. I'm glad I know how to use Google. Okay. And then we got Lindelli came through with this tweet right here. So she responded to Bob Digi because Carlos Digi said, or it's Bob Digi, this handle. But Carlos Digi said, if I'm a marketing manager or any business person, I'm not thinking that at all. I'm thinking, how do we get these guys to work for us to enhance our reach, right? Mm-hmm. And that's understandable. Well, Grace replied, hey, they did. And unfortunately, releasing the Snyder Cut didn't drive up their subscription numbers as hoped. That's the point you guys are missing. They did work with you and didn't get the results they wanted. Otherwise, they still would be. Now, do you think she's just being salty or is she telling the truth here? Ryan, what do you think?
She doesn't want to lose her access with Warner Brothers.
Yes. So there it is. Yeah.
I mean, she does that. She plays, and the thing about Grace, and she does a great job of it, she plays both sides of the fence.
Yeah.
So she says one thing one week, and the next thing, completely opposite the next week, and everyone praises her for it, and they still, give her super chats and subscriptions and memberships and all that, because they don't understand that she says two damn different things. She talks out of both sides of her mouth, which a lot of scoopers do.
Yeah, I mean, look at Jumbo Beats. He says, "How is she wrong?" Well, she's stating the studio's opinion. There you go. But I mean, and then that leads me back to this tweet where he goes, "Okay, so you had this where it said in March, Snyder Cut version of Justice League was released, and you saw a huge increase in your subscribers, but then you saw it dip back down. Now, some would say that it dipped back down because they tuned in to watch the Snyder Cut and then they dipped. But I mean, I think there's a lot of us, including myself, that although HBO Max is a fire app, it's very expensive. And so I'm paying for this so I can watch the Snyder Cut. And once I got it on physical copy, then I just ended up.
Well, that's if you can you blow that up, because the strong dip, like that shit, that's when it came out on physical media.
Yeah,
everyone's like, okay, so everybody's like, well, a combination of several things. If this is true, this graph right here that we're watching, first off, it came out on physical media, so people were like, yo, the only reason why I had HBO Max was for the Snyder Cut. That's not the only reason I got HBO Max. There's a lot of movies on there that I like that are good. So that's not the only reason I got it. But like, you combine that with the fact that once the Snyder Cut came out, and the people who were most interested in the Snyder Cut were people like us who, once the cut came out and we found out that, oh, they're not going to show us numbers. Oh, they're not going to do this. Oh, these people are still. Then people just were like, yo, I'm just going to stop supporting it. Maybe that'll help in any kind of way, shape, or form to get the SnyderVerse restored. So like that, there's a combination of things there. If that graph is true.
Right. Now, yes, Jimbo, that is true that it is not available in every country, and in fact, it's actually streaming on Netflix in certain countries to help get it out there, which is awesome. But at the same time, it's like, look, you had a lot of fans who were here in the U.S. who signed up for HBO Max because they wanted to see the Snyder Cut, and once I was able to get a copy of physical media, and I realized that they were not going to continue with the SnyderVerse stories and movies and all that stuff, and I was like, okay, well then why am I paying for this for?
I mean, Winning Time, bro.
It's a good service. It's just really expensive is what it is, and so I was like, I didn't want to. I didn't want to pay for the cheaper one to have commercials. I was like, nah, I don't want to do that.
No, it's like, I mean, it's no different than all the other ones. I mean, they're all fucking expensive at the end of the day. It's just one big freaking clusterfuck of the same thing.
Except for Heroic Hollywood,
except for original content. HBO Max is just starting to pick up on original content now. Yeah. It's taken a while. It's taken a while. Like if you don't have it, you're not watching Winning Time.
I want to watch that. I haven't gotten around to it yet.
It's a good show, man. It's a good show. Cool. It's a good show.
Let's see what's going on here in the chat. Let's see. I agree that HBO Max should have been global during its first launch. It should have been, and it wasn't, and that really hurt HBO Max, I think.
But they're just getting that app like going the right way now. Like it didn't used to function well, HBO Max. It's just starting to function well now as an app itself.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
HBO Max is growing, just not nearly as fast as Disney Plus. Content is going to be king going forward. But at the same time, though, it's like when you compare Disney Plus to HBO Max, HBO Max has a ton of fire content, great movies. They got a big selection. The difference is that you have all the Disney movies. So everybody who has a kid is like, yeah, I'm gonna get Disney Plus.
Sure.
My kids watch Disney Plus every single day. They didn't watch HBO Max.
Not only Disney Plus, they got all of Star Wars on that bitch.
All the Star Wars.
Big thing to compete with. They got
a big draw, yeah.
Yes, they got that's the Disney. Disney Plus. Kudos, y'all fucking. You know what I'm saying? Like they decided to make this app, and they were like, "This is the concept we're going to put here. We're going to give you shit like The Mandalorian and success, bro. Money counting. This fucking
they give you a ton of original.
It's hard to look out here at any of these streaming apps. Netflix was the OG. Netflix is the OG, obviously, but then you have Disney Plus, and then you have like
Amazon Prime,
and you have Paramount Plus, which. I got it to watch Halo cheap. They know that they don't really have much there to offer, so it's like $4 a month.
They got shit. They got shit, man.
Yes, they know that though.
They're bare bones.
So they charge you $4, and I'm like, I can pay $4 to watch Halo till it's over.
And Halo's kind of like.
I mean, I'm enjoying it.
I'm not hating it.
But yeah,
not hating
action.
it. It's just kind of like. I'm like that with it because I played the game. So
I think when it comes to sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to add that when it comes to HBO Max, I know a lot of service providers, like whether it be like phone service or like cable or internet providers, will wrap HBO Max subscriptions into your utility bill. Or let's see, I guess like when it comes to like value proposition, there's that like people are like, well, it's included in the bill that I'm already paying. And then there's also like what we would expect as far as like content influx from Discovery, all the different IPs that are going to be rolled in from Discovery. Whether or not you like find personal value in those, it's additional content to RJ's point that's going to be wrapped into that subscription price.
HBO Max is free with my cable. Like my cable, it's
Same.
HBO Max is free. Yeah.
See, that's awesome. I don't have cable. I just stream everything.
That's the future right there. Don't get subscriptions. It's all available on the internet.
I don't know anything about that. With Paramount Plus, they could have had more content such as Yellowstone. But due to them selling the streaming rights to their most popular shows, it hurts the streaming service. Now, look, here's the thing.
That's why it's good. It's $4, dude. It's $4. I was like, yeah, I'll do that for Halo.
For Halo, and so. There's a lot of people wondering what's the next step for Warner Brothers Discovery, WBD. Okay, that's the new thing. WBD. Wubada. We saw the likes of Jason Kylar. He's gone. Ann Sarnoff. She's gone. Mm-hmm. A lot of other people were gone too, and they brought in some new guys as well. John Stankey.
Gone.
He's gone, but I thought he worked for AT&T.
He did. He was over AT&T, which was over. I mean, see, like Kylar had to answer to Stanky, and so he was also instrumental in like getting the approvals and things like that for. I even think Emmerich reported to him as well. So, but yeah, no, he's gone as well. So, but he was on AT&T. So I mean, what? I don't know what's going on with the AT&T side of Warner Brothers Discovery.
Right.
If they just assumed them under the umbrella or what they're going to do with all that. So
we'll see. Okay, so here's the thing that I did want to bring up is with the merger taking place now it's official, it's done. Okay, one of the biggest talks is that Tobey Emmerich is still in power. Tobey Emmerich is still there. Well, some people said that he was going to be gone. Mm-hmm. That he would get let go with everybody else. Ryan over here said that he was going to stay.
Yeah,
you said he was going to stay.
He's old money. He's not going anywhere. So I mean, and also he's a yes man. So he's going to do whatever he's told to keep his job, to keep the money flowing. That's it.
Well, but that's the thing though, is that you have a lot of people out there who are saying that his contract should expire at the end of the year. But then we're also seeing reports that he just got a contract extension for a multi-year extension, which would be at least 2 to 3 years, which could take us in the next year or the year after. I mean, I don't know. Nothing. There was no finalization in terms of like exactly when his contract.
Yeah, I mean,
ends.
he's no Kathleen Kennedy. He's not married to Frank Marshall, but he is.
Okay, Hal Jordan, thank you.
Thank you. He is old money though, and he could get extensions just like Kathleen could. Just continue. Like her contract expired at the fourth quarter of last year, and she's still there. So she's she got it renewed. Don't know for how long, but I mean. They're not gonna. These types of people are not going anywhere.
No, sometimes they keep them for reasons of like relationships, maybe between like all different types of studios and peoples and all that kind of stuff. Even though this one particular group of fans hates all these people, that doesn't mean that like we're talking business now. We're talking mergers and all that. And of course, you're going to cut the heads off of some people, and some people just leave because they know that their time is up. I've been through this. We've all been through this through businesses or of any type. And then he might be that one guy, that one survivor for now that they need to keep for relations or for face for whatever
What
reason.
up, Joey?
I mean, whatever.
I think like part of it is like a lot of speculation around like reallocating responsibilities that were previously like under his title or his role and allocating them somewhere else. So it's more of like more of like a lateral shift in responsibilities. He's not going anywhere. He's not really moving or anything. He is sort of like, to your point, a pillar for better or worse, probably worse. But like a lot of like what he was, overseeing is now like probably going to be under someone else.
Listen, his brother was in that movie with Jim Carrey. So, I mean, he's got that.
Jesus Christ.
I actually like this brother too. The actor.
Yeah.
I always like that guy.
Yeah.
Do I have it? I think I have it. Right?
Yeah, you probably do.
The actor. Yeah, his brother is a lot more personable than he is.
As far as I don't know the guy. I can't say that for certain. But
who knows? They might have kept him on. He might literally be shredding documents, bro. That's your job. What you say? Shred these papers daily.
I got big.
And like Ryan said, he's a yes man. So like, if the powers that be come down and tell him, "Yo, we're gonna make this movie," I mean, he's gonna say or they'll be like, "Well,
I mean, he's the one that had to make the phone call to Zach, and that was because he was told to do so. He didn't want to do. He wanted Zach to release it as is.
Yeah.
He didn't want to give him $70 million to like finish the product. He was just like, "No, release it as is. I don't care, whatever." But that's not what happened. So.
I just woke up.
Hello, I just woke up.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Okay, so and then so there's a lot of questions to be answered. Okay, but WB or WBD, they want to be up front.
Sounds like a disease.
I mean,
weapons of mass destruction or something. They want to be up front.
Weapons of mass destruction.
That's WMD, so that was my bad. But they want to be up front, right? They want to be up front.
Oh, so you made Anthony leave.
I made him leave because he doesn't want to be up front. He'll be up
I
front.
will not be affiliated with you.
I'm out of here. So then we had this breaking news. So Warner Bros. Discovery to host the first Upfront May 18th. So they're gonna have an Upfront, kind of like what do you want to call it? Like an investor day, I guess you could say, where they're gonna talk about their plan.
Yeah. And then after that, they'll have their own personal party, which would be called the Reach Around.
Well, they're all gonna be wearing the badminton masks.
We're calling the
It's the Court of Owls.
Court of Owls. I do agree with Ryan with the Tobey thing for sure, but we don't know what Discovery Warner after it is done, which of course it is done, but not yet. There's still some finer details. I mean, there is anything can happen, but I mean, to kind of bounce off of what Ryan said, the guy is old money. The guy has been in the business for quite a long time, and so to say like, okay, you handle things wrong, you're out of here. I mean, to a degree, if what Casey was saying is right, that they play golf regularly, then even if Ryan is doing a shitty job to some extent, but I hang out with them every day. I'm not going to fire her. I'm going to be like, hey, don't worry about it. Hey, just report to me next time, okay?
It's the same thing with Walter Hamada. You know, he was brought in from New Line because he saves money. He cuts budgets. And as long as he's doing that for them, as long as they see, okay, because you cut these, these budgets, that our return, is that much greater, then yeah, he's not going to lose his job either. So and also he's under the umbrella of DC Films, not Warner Brothers Discovery. It's an umbrella,
Warner Brothers Discovery. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so they're gonna have this on May 18th. It's gonna be at Madison Square Garden at the Hulu Theater at the Garden in New York City. That's a major platform as well to be having this at. So they're going really, really big.
At the Garden.
Ooh, deadline, so you know it's real.
Come on.
Skip ad.
So it says here.
Hit the X.
Actually, Ryan, why don't you read this one?
Oh no.
Oh, whoops, wrong one. There we go. There we are.
There you go. The newly merged Warner Brothers Discovery will host the Upfront event Wednesday, May 18th at the Hulu Theater at Madison Square Garden, showcasing its combined portfolio of content, brands, franchises, and talent. Ad sales chief Steinloff said Monday. This event likely to be packed with clients, agency partners, investors, sell-side analysts, and press following last week's close of the mega deal that combined Discovery's extensive non-fiction and international entertainments and sports businesses with formerly AT&T owned Warner Media's entertainment, sports, and news. Upfront presentations are swinging back into full gear this year after COVID contained and mostly sorry. Mostly virtual events for the past two. Viacom CBS confirms the return to Carnegie Hall with in-person Upfront in May. So CBS is doing the same thing that
they're doing the same thing.
According to today's announcement, Warner Brothers Discovery's top ad solutions include the strength of what both former organizations offered clients, including advanced advertising scale, data-driven linear, and programmatic sponsored synergies.
Oh my God!
And the best ad-light streaming services that extend into both cable and non-cable homes.
Okay, so they're gonna have a big event.
Did we learn anything?
We learned at a $43 billion deal. We heard about that.
I'm sorry, I just blacked out.
I know, right? I'm like, okay, what is this?
Walt Disney plans to hold its Upfront. Well, look at this though. Walt Disney's gonna have their Upfront on May 17th at Basketball City.
If they're having an Upfront on May 17th, I'm Mickey Mouse.
Look, and they're gonna have theirs on May 18th. So they're going head to head with Disney. They're like, you're gonna have next day. We're gonna have ours.
Yeah.
You know what?
Getting
We're gonna do it on the same day.
Whoa. Wow. WB trying to get clapped by the powerhouse down there. Relax.
Ooh, super chat.
We got Skywalker the Jedi said with a $5 super chat. So Skywalker, I'm gonna give you a thank you real quick.
Oh my God! Wow! Oh my God!
Appreciation chat for Rhea. Much love as always. So happy to catch you on different streams. Keep up the good work, and we'll continue to support. So there you go. You came on to say what's up to Rhea. Show some love. Right on.
If anybody knows where I can find that over big ass stuffed Saint Bernard, let me know, bro.
So they're gonna.
I would have told you F.A. Schwartz, but I don't think they're still in business.
No, I don't think they are. I think they went belly up.
That's like
so there we go, you guys. So May 18th is gonna be a big day in terms of like what they're going to announce on the Upfront for Warner Brothers Discovery. I don't think they're gonna come out and say we're gonna restore the SnyderVerse. No, I think they're gonna give us a good idea of what direction they're going to go in terms of like how they're going to structure their company, how they're going to structure their streaming services, their media, their movies. What?
Joey's comment.
Yourself a
Yo.
Sorry.
I like how Saggy switched accounts. Now she's on the Saggy Melons Gaming.
Yo, hey, man,
What's up with that?
She's showing love, man. She's showing love. She needs to jump on both of those.
Oh, she got timed out.
Hey, listen up, real quick, man, real quick. In the chat, y'all relax, bro. It's not that serious. Nobody's saying anything hateful or anything. They're just timing people out. People are getting timed out of the chat right now.
Yeah, guys, unless something is being said that is, you know, unless someone is being rude malicious. Or confrontational, malicious, don't time anybody out. Now, if someone starts cussing somebody out, that's one thing. Yeah. Or they start making fun of me, that's another thing too.
You keep them. You keep them. Yes.
You keep them. Yes. But yeah, guys, play nice, you guys. Everything's all good.
We're having a fun old stream here. Relax.
I know, right. I'm gonna
time
out everyone.
Yeah.
You're all out of order.
Yeah. Why is your
board is out of order?
Yeah, it's
not moving for the next like 30 minutes.
I know. Everyone left. Okay.
No, they're there. They just can't talk.
Yeah, they're all there. Now, speaking of which, okay, so the reason why I brought up the Upfront, I mean, it's May 18th. And to me, that sounds like it's going to be very interesting to see what they talk about and what they present. But also, too, you guys, I mean, David Ayer also liked it as well. You can see right here, David Ayer. He liked it.
Released the Ayer cut.
Yeah, he was like, "Hey, I like that idea." So I would love it if they announced his cut to be released.
But to be honest with you, just because David Ayer likes this doesn't mean that it is Ayer cut specific. He's a director that works for Warner Brothers. That is like, yo, I want more work. You know, he wants to do more films.
Yeah, I would like more work.
I would like more work, please. More work, please.
Yeah, because and look, David Ayer, great director. He hasn't reached that level that Nolan's on, where Nolan can be like, "Oh, you're gonna do this." Guess what? I'm just gonna go to another studio and hire every actor in existence.
My raise.
No, he doesn't have. Yeah. I feel you, Ryan. He doesn't have that kind of power. He can't just say, "I'll go to another studio and hire."
It's cool to see that he likes it. That's just him. Look at this guy being supportive. That's just like saying, "Oh, here's what's her face, Patty Jenkins. She likes it too." You know, it's like they just want more work.
Well, yeah,
and that movie's already done. That movie's not going to generate him that any more revenue. It'll generate some, but it won't. Not like a new property.
I'm scared to know what this is. Krypton Score. Hey guys, I have a thought. Oh god.
Uh-oh.
It's brewing right now.
It's brewing. Yeah, he's like, I have a plan forming.
Allow me to type it out. Dark Star says, "Ew, Hamada's in the chat." He is. He's in there.
Yo,
okay, so
Axel wants him to come to the stream, man.
I know he wants him to. God damn it. Okay, so and then we got some news from... Oh, whoops, that was the wrong one.
Hey now. All right, I guess let's go.
We got some news from the Batman, which does not land on HBO Max until next week.
So you really like that chin?
No, yeah, it's overly exposed. You hit it, you get him right in the chin. He'll knock him out.
Every Batman is exposed on the chin.
If you threw an explosive at his face, it would not singe.
But the opening on his mouth, it goes farther back on his face. I'm just saying.
Can you just think about what you're talking about right now?
Okay, whatever. Okay, May 18th falls on a Wednesday. What if they release the Ayer cut is the next day?
What?
Are you talking like a Twitter hashtag event?
Hashtag
I'd be down for that. Hashtag release the Ayer cut. Let's go.
Is he talking about they announce it, or they actually been working on this whole time and they just release it the next day?
I don't know, but I mean, well, one thing that I will say, and this is just more of the tinfoil hat thinking, which we still have that image. There it is, right there. Okay,
Scott Fowler.
Scott Fowler, tinfoil hat thing, and saying,
"Human Hershey kiss."
If they have this up front, hold on, let me get off the screen. If they have the up front on the 19th, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the 20th was the day that he announced the Snyder Cut was coming out on May 20th, right?
Mm-hmm. Last year, or year before last. Yeah.
Year before last. Yeah. Is there a possibility that we get another announcement on the 20th, 2 days after this event? Anthony, what do you think?
It's a possibility. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, that is announcement day. I mean, if you like the way you just put it, that's, you know.
I mean, I'm just saying. I'm
just
connecting likely thoughts.
Do I think it's likely? Probably not. But if it did happen, I'd be like, yo, yeah, I'm not surprised. That's the day, man.
Neil, do you think maybe, just maybe, the 20th of this year is when something will get announced?
Oh boy, maybe a milk's chance, 2% chance.
He said a milk's chance.
2% chance of it happening. I don't know, man. Jesus, I mean, it's such a. I feel like we're talking Ayer cut still, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, don't you kind of like compare it to Schumacher cut? Like it's there, it's done.
No, it's different though. It's different because this connects more of the story that was set up.
Right to what we saw. I feel that the only way that maybe that does come out is if they say that they're going to continue with Snyder's vision, and then you would have a purpose to put that out. I don't think it's something that's right on their mind. I think they want new content, and they want to get that kind of thing going. I don't know. That's just me.
I like Droga's comment. If you guys don't stop fighting, I'll ban myself.
Who is? They're still fighting in the chat.
They're still fighting in the chat.
Bro,
they're still fighting.
So,
you guys chill out. Hey, we're all here having a good time. We're all here to talk about movies and nerd shit. So like, we're just having a good time. It's all good, man. But back to the question. I know. Back to the question. I mean, Ryan, anything? 20th possibility? Okay, there we go. And last but not least, Rhea, do you think there's any chance we get some kind of an announcement on the 20th this year concerning the SnyderVerse?
Yeah, I kind of agree a little bit with what Neil's saying as far as like wanting to focus more on the new content, because to the point I was like trying to make earlier, like there's a lot of announced content that we have no like updates on, and I am trying to give the benefit of the doubt to that new content, but it's really hard when there's nothing to talk about or even like any sign of it being in development. So if I were to be like more realistic as far as like expectations, I would really hope that some of this stuff that was announced like last year, even like we get updates on. Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, all those castings that we got, announcements for, things like that. Batgirl would be cool to get an update on, just saying. I know that production stopped on it and things like that, but yeah, a trailer would be cool, just saying.
Yeah, teaser or something.
That would be fire, dude.
Let's see. Yeah, no, I think it'd be awesome to see more of what they have been talking about. Because, I mean, there's projects that they announced that they haven't gotten anything. It hasn't moved anywhere. And especially the one Anthony was saying, Green Lantern. I mean, that's one that I would love to hear more about what they're planning on doing. Especially since the fact that, they didn't even want Jon Stewart to be in the Snyder Cut, What's up, Mr. J? 310. I almost said 313. And then you got this news here. So, obviously, the Batman is going to HBO Max.
Cool.
Now, as far as I understand,
call him a douche.
What?
And this douche here, and you got this douche here. Like what?
No. So you got this right here. That's what I said. The Batman it does not land into Max until next week. It has grossed a huge $358 million domestically and $376 million overseas, with $735 million worldwide. It's currently the highest grossing movie of the year at the domestic and global box office. So I mean, for this year, it did really well. Now, obviously, if you say that it should make $1 billion, then obviously it fell short. And what's interesting is that it did fall short in terms of like BVS money. But at the same time, I still feel like we're in a different type of world right now than we were back when BVS came out. I mean, nobody wants to go. I mean, I've gone through a bunch of times, but you still have people out there who don't want to go.
Yeah,
people are still going to wait. Not to mention, though, I think a lot of people went and saw this movie and then figured, you know what, it's going to be out on HBO Max in 45 days. I'll just wait to see it there.
Yeah.
And so, and that's the other thing too, is that I feel like if it didn't have the announcement that's going to be on HBO Max, people will go back and see it more often. Now, obviously, Phil went and saw it like 4 times, so he's not a part of this equation.
Could have been the runtime too, man.
It's a long movie.
Not every like general moviegoer wants to sit there for 2 hours and like 50+ minutes, man.
Yeah, a lot of people are conditioned to watch a shortened version in the theater and then get the longer version for the at-home viewing.
Yeah, and I don't think this is the case. It's going to be the same thing you saw in the movie theater.
Oh, I think so too. I think
the movie flowed for how long it was, but it's still like not the casual fan's not going to be like, 2 hours and 53 minutes.
I've got nothing better to do today.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Also, and we've all talked about it. First of all, made its money back already, so it's not a flop. Get that out of your head right now. Did
you call it a flop?
Did you call it a flop? I didn't call it a flop.
No. I didn't say y'all on the panel. People have called it a flop. Somebody's in it. Somebody was just now in the chat talking about that. There's no excuse for not making $1 billion. Relax, all right? It made its money, and you forget this is a different Batman. It's a different iteration of the character. It's a little bit darker, a little bit more adult. It was like Neil just said, 3 hours long. There's a combination of things that go into this, which is what I believe that it didn't hit $1 billion. Also, the world we live in right now, it's tough, man. It's tough. Even though Doctor Strange is probably going to come out here in early May and make a quick $1 billion before June comes. So that's a different movie. It's going to have. That's another thing too.
It's a different built-in audience.
Yes, it's another. Yeah, it's a bit different. And also with the Batman, you had these set number of characters that are. In other words, when Multiverse of Madness comes out, how many characters and cameos? That's why the people are showing. You know what I'm saying? They want to see a good movie. Plus, there's going to be like all these other characters showing up. The Batman didn't have that at its disposal. The last superhero movie that was really successful before the Batman was Spider-Man: No Way Home, and you saw a lot of characters in that one. So when you get to a movie that's really good, like I love the Batman, but like it doesn't have that same, I guess, gravitas when it comes to like being multiversal, which is the audience, the general audience has become accustomed to that right now. Is the multiverse. Like a lot of people, even if you talk about the Mandalorian, the Book of Boba Fett, how many characters are showing up from the Star Wars universe?
Yeah. They pop in.
The Batman didn't have that. Yeah. It just had this core set number of characters, and that's what it was.
And it was another Batman movie that was being introduced as this is your new Batman.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, another Batman. Wait, don't we still have that Batman?
I liked the Batman. I thought the story was really good. The movie itself, I thoroughly enjoyed the movie a lot, except for his cowl. But the thing too is that like at times it kind of felt like
about the cowl.
Let's talk about the cowl. Okay, so no, but the thing about it though that I always felt kind of weird was that when I was watching the movie, there were times where I was like, why did they make another Batman movie? It's almost like instead of building off of their DCEU universe, they made a isolated one, which I'm fine with, and I thought it was a good movie. I really, really liked it a lot. But I kept thinking to myself, like, dude, I wish, like, I want to see Batman with the other superheroes, doing stuff. But I mean, then again, Batman's universe is pretty fucking big. He's got a lot of, he's a huge rogues gallery. There's a lot of other, the Bat family, if they go that route.
Jesus Christ. No, and it's going to continue to happen. And in the next 5 years, you'll see another actor cast as Batman in a Batman.
I
guarantee you. I'm just no matter what it is, but that's Batman. Like
you'll
Ryan
finally get the Batman of
Batman
the
prints. Batman prints money, bro.
He prints money.
So
Ray, let me ask you, what did you think of the Batman? Did you see it more than once?
And is it comic book accurate?
I don't know the answer to that one, to the second question, but the first question, I saw it once in theaters, and I really enjoyed it. I gave it like an 8 out of 10, and after letting it like stew in my brain a little bit, I guess like some of the expectations that I had going into the movie were that I was a little bit worried it would be romance heavy, and maybe that's the fault of like some of the marketing. Where like a lot of what I've noticed as far as like
the bat and the cat,
and it's really not a big
the cat and the bat.
I wouldn't say it's a cornerstone of the film. Like I could have taken it or left it. It was nice. It was to see that human connection between the two of them, like after all the loss that they've suffered from. But I would say that what really made me happy with the final product was the actual crime drama detective work, grittiness of like this of the film and the cinematography and stuff. So I think maybe some of the marketing did really set the right expectations for, like, to y'all's point, like the casual moviegoer to, you know, have that mindset of like going in with to like a crime drama. Like that's basically what you're about to see. And just now coming from like seeing like No Way Home, which, you know, obviously like raised like 1.4 billion. I thought Batman was like a shoo-in to raise at least $1 billion for sure. But yeah, looking back, I'm like, oh, there are a lot of missteps in like how they promoted this movie, and it wasn't 100% clear who they were targeting with all of the different, you know, tactics they were doing. And then when the movie came out and they started to do some backtracking with like the showing of like cut scenes, like with the Joker scene, as much as I liked it and I understand why they removed it, it was a little odd that they, you know, decided to, you know, use that as marketing while the movie was still in theaters, and knowing that it's not going to be in the product that you're going to pay to see. So it was the marketing was odd. TLDR, the marketing was odd.
Yo, that sounds oddly familiar considering BVS came out, and guess what y'all released the following Monday after it came out on Friday?
Cutscene.
The cutscene with Steppenwolf when Lex was talking to Steppenwolf in the little virtual form. Why would you put that out 3 days after the movie comes out?
Yeah,
it doesn't.
Well, they knew they job. They knew they job.
They knew their job.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, like to bounce off what she said real quick. I mean, this movie was more of a world build. To say like,
oh yeah, I mean the world was actually.
I mean, Batman, even though it was called the Batman, here again we see. Was Batman really the focal point? Was he the main character? Some people might say yes. But to me, watching it, it was the city of Gotham and all the different little pillars that you're building throughout it. And then Batman was thrown in there. So like that's why like you're talking about promotion. It was kind of weird. That's because they're trying to world build this whole thing, I feel, without like telling you that they're world building. I mean, you've got series coming already for 2 characters. That was already changed midway through.
Yeah. They shifted characters. They're like, no Catwoman.
Oh, wait,
no Catwoman.
So, yeah, because that was the one thing I really enjoyed about the movie was the world build and the villain growth that you saw. The only one I didn't buy was the one that played Carmine. And, like I couldn't see him because I remember the Zohan. So
I mean, like,
I'm like,
you like Phantom?
Yeah, you want to be silky smooth, you know.
No, I mean the world they build, like the Gotham City world they build. I think they did a fantastic job at that. I mean, they established so many villains in just what 2.5 hours. Yeah. They did a fabulous job. And I like how, you know, Gazglow is going to be the new Gotham City in terms of like where they filmed these movies for Gotham City, which I think is very cool. But it just, to me, still the fact that this is not a Batman that's going to interact with, you know, the other heroes that you're putting out there. To me, that does kind of fall short, but it's still badass. I'm still going to watch all of them. Yeah. But I would have liked to see Batman interact with the other Justice League members.
Yeah, it was, and also I don't know if anybody remembers this when the movie was shooting, there was some like set photos that released where like it was Halloween and people were dressed up as Wonder Woman and Superman. Yeah, and that never made it into the movie. So that gave me a little bit. I was like, oh, so maybe they don't exist in this. I don't know.
Yeah. So it was almost like did he have them dress up like that and do that just so people would take pictures? People? Yeah, exactly.
Probably.
Yeah, why not? Gains more traction and talk for your movies.
Yeah,
it does.
There's all.
So we're going to move on to our next topic, which is The Flash. Okay, so this is one of our main topics of the day. There is a big announcement, and you see his picture right above Ray's head, that Jeremy Irons is set to return as Alfred. So, of course, this is going to be breaking news, so let's go right to that right now. So there it is. This is from viewer Anon. He says, very surprised I haven't seen this leak yet, but here's a small thing I hope will make people happy. Jeremy Irons is back as Alfred in The Flash. So what I was hearing was that he's going to be in the first act.
Even like it, bro. Damn.
Oh, God, you guys.
Live
like. That's what we're all about here in the show. We're all about live likes.
We like likes.
Kalel, no.
And then Flash Film News also reported that as well, saying, let's hope you're not too late.
Yeah, live like.
Yeah, he just doesn't like anything.
Say that fast 3 times. Live like.
There was another breakdown of it, but what I read as well is that there's going to be he's going to be in the first act of the movie, which would make sense because what we hear, that's where we see Batfleck on the bike and all that, and so you would see Alfred as well, which is pretty cool. And then you got what's this? There was that one, and then this is another thing too. So DCU Leak says has corroborated or has a corroborated leak of the first act of the Flash movie. It talks about the opening being about 10 to 15 minutes of a sequence of Batfleck, the Flash saving the day, and Wonder Woman joining at the end of the set piece. Now, obviously, take this with a grain of salt. This is coming from Reddit. But what do you guys think about the movie starting off by seeing Batfleck, the Flash, and then Wonder Woman joining in as well to stop some kind of bad guys or whatnot? Rhea, what do you think about this? And do you think we'll probably see something like this in the movie?
Yeah, this movie has been in production for what, like 2-3 years? So
yes.
So this is potentially like a new scene addition, or do you think that this is something that they may have shot like years ago before Gal gave birth? Like, I'm kind of like confused as far as like the timeline that this shot would have been able to even happen. So yeah, I don't know. It just seems like a huge feat to put a lot of stake in. But yeah, it's really fun to think about, I guess. So yeah, I'm just a little like overwhelmed at like the impact that this would have seeing this on screen. But I'm just like, where would this even like have had time to like even occur? So
yeah. No, I mean, it would be huge to see all those characters together, even for one shot. Or just have an exchange. Like, yeah, there they are. There's some of the original Justice League members you saw in Zach's movie. But I mean, to me, I think you can do this knowing that the Flash is going to create an alternate timeline and things are going to change. So to me, and not to mention, they film these movies like in the same area as Aquaman, or I think Aquaman and the Flash, and a lot of these movies are shot within proximity of each other. So having these actors jump around, make cameos, it makes a lot of sense, from that kind of perspective. And Neil, what do you think about this leak?
Flash drive. What do I think? All right. The Wonder Woman appearance, I remember the shot. It was a picture on a bus. I still think that's her appearance in the movie. I don't buy this. Why would you have this sequence? How many different sequences are you going to have in this movie? Why would you throw a 10 to 15 minute sequence of Gal Gadot and Ben Affleck's
Gal Gadot.
You're doing this whole thing. I just don't buy it. Now I think a lot of leaks and bullshit's going to come out. I do think that there could be some kind of sequence in the beginning, because I remember us talking about it on your channel when you were showing those shots of Ben Affleck on the bike driving through and doing all that kind of stuff.
Those are some of Neil's first episodes on the show.
Yeah, I could see him in the Flash doing that. I don't know about Wonder Woman. I still remember the set photo of the truck with Wonder Woman's portrait on it. I don't know if she's technically in the movie, but I'm sure we're going to get a lot of this different stuff. So for me, I don't buy that whole thing. So,
well, I mean, to me, her being on the bus, I think that's something that you're going to see at the end of the movie.
Okay.
To kind of show like when if in fact it is true that the Flash ends up in what he thinks is the correct timeline, really he's still in an alternate timeline. You would see her on her face on a bus drive by at the very, very beginning of the scene to establish that she exists in this universe that he's in right now. Ryan, you got here kind of late. What did you think about this?
I mean, I like the movie. I have a couple of issues.
Okay.
All right, we're done. So Ryan,
I'm just happy to be here.
Thank you.
Do I think that Wonder Woman's face will be on the bus? Yes, of course.
Yes, of course.
I think at the beginning of the movie, you're going to kind of catch the team, or even part of the team, in some sort of crisis and they're kind of working together.
Yeah.
And then that ends, and then Barry and Ben Affleck's Batman, they kind of, they kind of do something together or whatever, like hang out, whatever, kind of, do whatever, they go get pizza or some shit. I don't know. Maybe they get shawarma.
Okay.
But
Kalel, no.
I think that they do something like that. They try to bond. They talk, and Alfred's there and whatever. And so you get that Alfred. And then, of course, Michael Koff is dead, and so Keaton doesn't have his Alfred. So I think since there's no, I think this is sort of a convoluted, weird Flashpoint movie that's not really a Flashpoint movie. So I think what they'll do is Alfred will be the connecting tissue for the two Batman. It won't be Thomas Wayne. It'll be Alfred Pennyworth.
Yes.
And so that'll be their connective tissue. And I think that's yeah, we should have mushrooms. I think that yes, in the beginning of the movie, that's when you'll see all this occur, and they're all together, and you'll see Superman flying off on the TV, and because that's the only cameo he'll get, or they'll cut his head off, or they'll
He's gonna die as a baby.
He'll die as a baby. Well, they do still have that shot where the Flash is catching all the falling babies outside the
falling babies. Maybe Cal was one of them.
Maybe Cal was one. Maybe that's
he didn't catch him.
So,
right.
So here's the scoop. So Michael Shannon and Feora, they're all looking for the fallen babies, and they're like, which one's Cal? And so
okay,
they start laser beaming.
Anthony, they just start laser beaming through all the kids.
Yeah. Oh my God,
it's PG-13 because of this.
I find it funny that the Flash leaks are all over the place, but none present for Black Adam or Aquaman 2. Exactly. Well, I mean, at the same time, the Flash movie has been in production for quite a long time now. So, I mean, some of it eventually.
The reason why you have the leaks, and this is a great point from Unfiltered, is that with the Flash, you had like set photos, and so people could build a narrative. They could build a fake story. With Black Adam, they can't do that. With Aquaman 2 closed set, they can't do that. So sorry guys, you can't come up with your bullshit stories for everybody to fucking purchase until the damn movie comes out. So
yeah,
that's why you have all the damn theories and whatever. We come up with our own theories.
Exactly. Now the whole idea about Alfred, I remember we talked about this a while ago, was that because you don't have a Robin, right? You don't have you don't have that you're not going to have a Thomas Wayne. So what do you have instead? You have that connection with Alfred. And so if in fact he does, give him a letter or whatnot, or they talk to each other, Keaton and Affleck, I always felt that
I think that the other Batman will send the new Batman a TikTok.
Something. If they communicate on some kind of level, it'll be Keaton telling Affleck to cherish his time with Alfred, that he's more important than he could possibly imagine, because his Alfred is dead. And so that's something that they can share with each other, as opposed to saying, Thomas Wayne to the Bruce Wayne.
That's their moment.
Anthony, what'd you think about this?
This is bullshit.
This is bullshit.
So then we have more. Now we go on to the big one. Okay, this is a big Reddit leak. That's a lot of stuff here. That we're gonna. Oh God, get him out of here, please. Okay, so this is a big leak. Okay, so Ryan, we're gonna need you on board for this one. Let's take a look at it. We'll start with the first one here. Some things about the beginning of the film. Barry is getting a breakfast sandwich. This is like
Birds of Prey 2.
Birds of Prey 2. Barry is getting a breakfast sandwich when he is called to help Batman. He leaves because the sandwich takes too long. Or it takes a long time. I'm adding words. Entire opening sequence is the Flash and Batfleck team up. Flash saves a hospital while Batman chases criminals on his motorcycle.
No.
His Batcycle. There it is, Ryan. There's your falling baby scene.
There's Kal-El going dead. Okay.
This is
There's
is
bullshit.
This
is bullshit.
It says the flash sequence similar to Quicksilver in Days of Future Past / Apocalypse, where he saves babies falling out of a hospital when an explosion under it topples it. Barry is running low on energy during the sequence, so he has to eat. Batman has high-speed chase through streets, broad daylight, felt like a Marvel movie car chase.
Wow, it's interesting how each one of these things we've already seen some semblance of it. The only thing that's different that's not there yet is that breakfast sandwich.
Breakfast sandwich. That was the scoop right there.
That's the scoop.
That was the that was the breaking news. Breakfast sandwich is in the movie. Okay, so then it goes over to what was it?
20 minutes for the team up.
That's a long fucking time.
What child wrote this?
Team Up takes the first 20 or so minutes of the film. Okay, that's a long time. Ends with Batman almost dying to save the city, but Wonder Woman saves the day. Gal Gadot has lines, and it is clearly her. It's clearly her, not locked in the shadows.
The fucking boss.
The next line. Holy shit.
Oh no.
Okay, Ryan, take the next line.
Batfleck is very much alive and
no,
safe
that's not the next line.
That's not the next line. Okay, hold on. Stop.
Wonder Woman sequencing.
Barry returns to sandwich shop.
Moment. Oh shit. Where the fuck am I? Okay. Team Up takes. Oh no, I was there. Wonder Woman sequence includes the lasso of truth moment with Batman and Flash.
So she wraps him up like, tell me the truth, homie.
And saves the universe. When we see him last before Barry moves on with the story without him, I guess.
Just talk regular because I'm getting confused here.
All right, so Barry returns to the sandwich shop and gets it to replenish energy. Movie could be called Can of Tomatoes, like DC's The Nail, as that is what leads Henry Allen to leave the house. Nora Allen had forgotten that she was at, she'd forgotten them at the shoppy. Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne had been assisting Barry in restoring footage of Henry in store for the trial's defense. Footage shows Henry, but face isn't visible. Apparently, a random intruder killed Nora while Henry was out at the show pay. Stabbed her with a kitchen knife. No indication it was any type of medication.
So it turned into Clue. So it's in the kitchen with the knife and Professor Plum.
Well, look what happened to the cook.
Who's Harry Crumb? What?
You remember that movie?
Anthony, read this one.
Which one?
Barry goes back.
Yeah, Barry goes back in time to prevent murder by putting Can into Nora's shopping basket to keep Henry home. Moments with Barry and Nora are good. Prevented from returning to the original timeline by something or someone and gets punched to Keatonverse and goes to his house. Barry from that time and younger returns home to do laundry.
Oh God, this is terrible.
And
he was at home washing his tights. All right, so recruits younger Barry. This is the other Barry spends the movie with.
This is so bad.
Recruits younger Barry. Stupid. This is the other Barry he spends the movie with to find Justice League.
We're losing viewers.
Yeah, can we all say that this movie is fuck?
Tries calling Arthur Curry, but Thomas Curry. It is Tamora Morrison answers the phone. Hello, I'm gonna rule with respect.
Oh, Tamora Morrison's in here. Oh, nice.
Well, he's listed under IMDb.
He plays
Van Morrison. If you book him, they will
come. His dog is Arthur, but had not encountered Atlanta. Really?
It says breaking news: tomato can convert to save Nora Allen's life.
Yeah.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. We all remember.
There it is, dude. There it is. So, guys, you heard it first here. Breaking news: tomato can confirmed to save Nora Allen's life in the flash. The last one says
makes so much sense.
It makes so much sense. Okay, so the last one says Barry goes back to the Chopin. Skipping the rest of the movie because it is covered already. Barry goes back to the Chopin and takes a can out of Nora's basket, but moves all the cans of tomatoes to a higher shelf in view of the camera, so Henry's face is visible in the video.
Who believes this shit?
I don't know,
Who
but
sits there and is like, that sounds.
I've heard that
plausible."
some of this is actually true.
That shit's
Hey, look, you mix some truth with bullshit, and you got yourself a disgusting sandwich. It's edible, but it's gonna get you sick.
Yeah, true. That's exactly. Yeah. Also, if I'm literally sitting in the theater, right, and I'm watching the Flash film, and I'm like, and I'm watching it, and I see those things happen, like he's there, like, wait a minute, I know how I could save her. Puts a fucking can of tomato paste in her basket, but then to try to fix it, goes back and takes them out, puts them on a higher shelf so that his dad can be viewable from the cameras. Get out of here.
Where are the cameras, on the ground?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
No, they're behind the cans on the shelf. They're behind the cans on the shelf. So once you move all of these cans up, then they can see a clean view of his face. Get out of here. This is bullshit.
Okay, so guys, I mean, I think some of this has some validity.
No, stop.
Look, the only thing that has validity is the shit that you know is a fact from the shit that we've already.
Yeah, because you saw pictures in
That's it.
Like,
No shit.
A lot of this just sounds like the shit that we've already seen. You're right.
I mean, nine times out of 10, I mean, Andre is really gullible. He believes 9 times out of 10 scoobers. So
All new, all improved, all knowing.
and I always got to comment. I feel like I'm the negotiator. Like I'm trying to no, don't do it. He's like I'm looking at all these other sites. John.
So.
He's like,
I mean, look,
I'm like,
okay, look, Rhea. I mean, you read some of this with us. I mean, do you think any of this sounds valid? That any of this could be real?
Well, yeah, like
Seems like a lot of information.
the parts
there.
that were like y'all already mentioned it, like the photos that were leaked already, like last year, like early last year, I think, right? Those are the ones that like I'm referencing like in my mind when I'm reading this, and then all the in between stuff, like breakfast sandwich, like stuff like that, like it's and then like the tomato can, the stuff with like Nora, it just feels like, is this supposed to like reestablish his character as like this everyday sort of person trying to help his people he cares about and like trying to do some world building, like, oh, he's still trying to like live his regular life? I'm like, I don't really super care about that stuff because I want to see more of like the actual like action and like, what is going to drive the plot forward. I don't so much need like this, like, where is Barry at in his life right now type of stuff. I mean, granted, we have like, I guess like the average moviegoer hasn't really seen Barry in like what, like by the time the movie comes out, maybe like 7 years or so, or like technically in like a theater. So, or since the movie came out, like the Joss Whedon's Justice League. So I don't know. I'm like grasping at straws, like to try and figure out like what is the intention of, you're trying to reintroduce us to, to Barry, I guess, and like where he's at in his life, and then get to like the super awesome action stuff. Like, because I feel like it's kind of
like, what is the point? Like what is the overall narrative of this story? Is it to enrich and build up Barry Allen, or is it to really just confirm that a new timeline is being set and we're going to move forward in this timeline now? Now, everything you saw before still exists, but we're going to stay in this new timeline that he's created. Because you hear Keaton say in the trailer, he says, you can travel to any universe, anytime, or any timeline.
But you chose this one, yeah.
No, he says, why fight to save this one?
Yeah.
So, I mean, to me, that tells me that he's gonna stick around in that timeline for some time. But the fact that it says that she was stabbed and that it was not a metahuman is kind of crazy, unless that's how she originally died. And then when he goes and changes things, she dies again, or like by putting the can in the basket, it could be that she ends up dying anyway, because then that would introduce Reverse Flash. Like, he comes through time and kills her.
Yeah, and
I don't
that's
know.
Completely plausible too.
Don't slander me.
Don't slander. Are you gonna send me? I'm
gonna send you a DMCA. Just like Enosh, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna write my own.
You can't just come in here and do that. I know you gotta bring a warrant or a writ or something.
I like how Megan shows up saying fat balls. There we go.
You missed the whole joke. It's up in the chat.
I missed the whole joke.
Even Neil missed that one.
So, oh no, I didn't even look at it. I'll go back. I'll take a look.
And then also this leads us to Ezra Miller. I mean, IGN, from a source from WB, which doesn't surprise me, says that the whole thing about him, about a meeting taking place from Rolling Stone, that was all rebuked. That wasn't real. It never happened. It was fake news. I don't know. I mean, guys, what do you think? Do you think that an emergency meeting did or did not happen in regards to Ezra Miller? Because we can see here, there's some images of him outside. It looks like me trying to get into a bar and having a tough time. And there it is. I mean,
are you trying to say that you look like Ezra Miller?
Well, I wouldn't say that, but I would say these actions were similar to what we did in Houston.
You'd be shorter than the cops.
Yeah, I'd be down here.
But little Bilbo Baggins.
Bilbo Baggins. Baggins.
I mean, Andre ran into the bar that we drank at. He was like, "I'm going on an adventure."
I'm up on the table. Hello. I saw the video as well. I did. It just shows me getting pushed out. It was like, oh. But yeah. I mean, guys, do you believe that the meeting did or did not happen? Anthony, let's start with you.
I believe
the children of the future.
I think there was probably a meeting, but like they're going through a merger right now. That's not the news they wanted out there. Like to be like covering up the merger. So like, even if it did happen, they're gonna come out and say shit like this because they're like, yo, we're going through a very sensitive time right now. We don't need that extra shit to be like jeopardizing what we're trying to do here. So if it did happen, if the meeting did happen, I am not surprised that they'd come out and say, nah, it didn't happen, homie, because it just didn't happen. Because there's just too much going on right now for them to be having to deal with questions about that when they're already dealing with lots of questions about the merger in itself.
Exactly. I mean, it makes perfect sense. Rhea, do you think this meeting really did happen, or do you think it was just a bunch of exaggerations and not truth?
So I'm not 100% clear, like, who exactly participated in this meeting. Like, was it like a virtual meeting? Was it a Zoom meeting with some executives, or was it just like his point of contact, like his manager and like, you know, the film producers? Like, because of like that lack of info, I'm not 100% like inclined to think that this is like, maybe there was like, you know, a touch point, and then that got blown up into a meeting because of the context of like what a meeting, you know, like has like the importance of like that word that it communicates. But I think that maybe there was probably just like a check-in, like maybe, I don't know.
Neil, what do you think?
Of course, it's a narrative. It's an easy narrative to play. Someone got in trouble, did something stupid. He has movies coming up. We all know, and Ray was just touching on it, that a meeting could be between two people. That's a meeting.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it's very easy, like she was saying, to use the word meeting and then throw a couple nice little words in front of it here and there, and then, you know, mass hysteria starts. So it's very easy to say that. But yes, did something happen behind the scenes where a couple people are probably talking about, like, what should we do with this guy? He can't keep himself in control, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, of course. But yeah, is it a big deal? No. But is it easy to make like this picture right here and make it look like a big deal? Yes.
Ryan?
Expect anything? No.
Yeah, no, there was a huge emergency meeting. All of the executives got together. They called up Ezra from prison and got him on the phone.
From prison? He was in prison. He was in jail, and he bailed himself out.
Prison, it's all the same. So they contacted the Hawaiian State Penitentiary and got
a wonderful place, by the way.
Yeah, it's a wonderful place. I recommend.
Very tropical and tropical environment.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Try the pina colada. So no, I think yes, like everybody's been saying, they have had meetings, and this was probably just one of the talking points in the meeting that they were already having, and I'm sure that it had something to do with PR. I'm sure that they were like, hey, how do we squash this? How do we get beyond this? It's not something that, like I said at the beginning of the show, it's not something that's like a showstopper. Like, hey, do we need to fire him? I doubt that even was brought up. It was more of along the lines of how do we put out this fire and ensure that this doesn't grow, that it doesn't turn into something outrageous. Because I mean, same thing happened with the whole choking incident or whatever. I mean, nobody really talks about that anymore. Nobody cares. His movie, the Dumbledore movie, is coming out in a couple days. It's not stopping that. It's not stopping the Flash. Look, unless he does something horrendous, like a Kevin Spacey, or some shit like that. Yeah. They're not going to go back and replace him in the movie. Now, if he did do that, all the money and Keaton and all that put together, yes, they would digitally remove Ezra Miller and replace him with some other actor. Not Grant Gustin.
Not Grant Gustin.
Yeah. It wouldn't be great. Grant would still be in the movie with his little cameo if he in fact has that.
With his arms going.
Yeah. That's so weird. Anyway, but yeah, that's my thoughts. Back to you, Andre.
Okay, there we go. I personally, I think the meeting did happen. But I think it happened, and I don't know how big of the meeting it was. It could have just been over the cell phone. But the fact that the idea was out there, that it got out, there was a meeting, they blew it up into like, oh, it was an emergency meeting, everyone got together and they're going to get rid of him. No, I don't think that they're going to get rid of him. I don't think he's going to get recast. I put a poll in the chat asking everyone watching at home, do you think that Ezra Miller will get recast? So far, 75% says no, 25% says yes.
Real quick in the chat, there's Jamie said had to go over how he answers and addresses these questions while going on press tour for Fantastic Beasts. Won't even be there, homie.
He's not at the front.
He wasn't at the premiere last week. I don't think
he wasn't on the red carpet with Jude Law. He was nowhere to be seen.
I don't think he'll be in the press tour, which is it's already happened. He wasn't there. But like any
cancel me, RJ. Just cancel me. Go ahead.
Cancel, please. Let's hashtag cancel Nicotina. Let's go ahead and get
I don't think he'll
get this trending.
I don't think he'll be a part of the press tour at all.
Yeah.
Because they already know as soon as he sits down in front of any
that'll be the first question.
The question, yo, did you slap him?
Well, what? Okay, honestly, what they would do is they would
like that.
They would actually vet the people, like let's just say Grace Randolph happened to be there or whatever. They would say, hey, you can ask anything except for this.
And somebody's still gonna ask.
Someone's still gonna ask.
So I'm gonna ask him real fast, did you slap that girl in the face? And he's gonna be like, oh, they're gonna be like trying to drag him out. He's like, answer the question, Ezra.
It'll be like, I gotta go. But you said he wasn't even there.
He wasn't at the premiere.
No, I mean, why would you have him there? I'd be like, hey, go ahead and sit this one out. Take a seat on the bench just this once. A
couple of days extra in Hawaii.
And also, somebody's saying that his character probably, I think, this is not spoilers because I have not seen the movie, but I would say that I think his character probably does die. If you've seen the other two Fantastic Beasts movies,
yeah, he should be about time to die for him.
I have not.
It's about time for him.
I saw.
Yeah.
Let's see, and then also one last little bit of DC
he doesn't die.
news.
He has to become Voldemort.
He has become Voldemort. There you go. This guy, Jeff Conway, he writes for Forbes. He says, I happily woke up early for a 6 a.m. call with a very kind Gal Gadot, and she surprised me by having Wonder Woman trilogy writer / director Patty Jenkins beside her. What a wonderful chat. So on Tuesday, he's going to release
call. Yeah,
whatever. Our fun television next week. Tuesday was a very exciting news from Gal. So looks like we're going to get an update on Wonder Woman Part 3 as she's working with Patty Jenkins to develop that story and kind of put things together.
They're trying to figure out how do we bring back Chris Pine.
Hopefully, it's just them two. That's what I hope. It's just them two.
The flux capacitor
coming up with the story.
Capacitor.
Yeah,
you bring him back.
It's Chris Pine. He'll be there. He's gonna be like, I'm somehow alive.
What?
It's gonna be like Star Wars Episode 9. Like Chris Pine, Steve Trevor is somehow alive.
I hope he's not in this movie. Steve Trevor should not be in this movie. They got to move on from Steve Trevor, I think.
What did Steve Trevor tell you that?
And then we got a little bit of some Ayer cut news. Jay Hernandez, who played Diablo right over there.
Inevitable. Yep.
This is from tvline.com. I don't know.
Oh, fake site.
Oh no.
But it says here on this is from what's his name? Jay Hernandez. He says, honestly, I think it will get out of here. Honestly, I think it will one day get released. Hernandez told TV Line during a recent Q&A, I'm a big fan of it happening. I hope it does. So he's in support of it, obviously. Let's see. I've talked to who said this? He also said that I talked to co-stars Joel and Jared, Joel Kinnaman and Jared Leto. Everybody wants to see it. Everybody that I've talked to wants to see it. Hernandez enthused.
Obviously, he hasn't spoken with Margot Robbie.
And I think Ayer wants to put it out there. So it's kind of a no-brainer.
Because he lives in there.
He lives.
Yeah.
He says here. He says, hey, he goes, put it on HBO Max or whatever, and the audience gets to see what the director's original vision was. At the end of the day, I just want to see it. Now, obviously, yes, his character does live in this movie, but I just want to see the Ayer cut. I just want to see what happens in this movie. Yeah. I want to see where his story was supposed to go. And I hope we get it. I hope they announce it at the I hope they're
on May 20th.
Yeah, at the Upfront, but they probably
on May 20th at 7 p.m. Eastern.
You got a milk's chance, 2% chance,
maybe 1%. There we go.
Yeah? Maybe skim.
So hopefully we get to see it. Now, guys, let's also take some time. Let me silence the music here because another trailer did drop, which was for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Let's go ahead and take a look at this featurette that dropped earlier today over on IGN.
Cut.
I did what I had to do to protect our world.
It's pretty unfathomably exciting where we're going in this film. It's the most fantastic new phase of Marvel.
What do you know about the multiverse?
Viz had his theories. He believed it was dangerous.
In this story, we are leaping into different universes. But unlocking the multiverse creates a big Pandora's box.
You opened the doorway, and we don't know who or what will walk through it.
We're in unknown territory. I think audiences are going to be startled. These other realities invite a plethora of all these new characters.
Telling the stories was such a gigantic endeavor. It had to be large because it had to not only paint a picture of our universe, but of multiple universes.
We need your help.
It was a great opportunity to pair two of the most powerful superheroes together.
It's got a sort of darker tone to it. And with Sam Raimi at the helm, he's a master of that.
We wanted the fans to go, oh, how cool. I mean, that really was our goal. We wanted to give the fans what they wanted, just not exactly what they expected.
The stakes are real. He's literally coming up against versions of himself.
Things just got out of hand.
I'm ready.
Bruh. Let's fucking
Dude, that
go.
looks badass.
I'm ready.
God.
It makes me want to watch Spider-Man right now because he's a
seriously.
Dude, this is fine.
In the credits, it does show that Danny Elfman is back as composer. So
that's great.
But
no,
that's a Raimi thing. So
that's a Raimi thing. But no, it's just when we talk so much about DC and about the Snyderverse, then we get to see this badass trailer from the MCU about Doctor Strange Multiverse Madness.
Guys, do you think the Flash is going to get fired?
No, we already talked about that. What we're talking about is Doctor Strange. But this goes to show you that, like, dude, the MCU has their shit together, and this movie looks so badass. I cannot wait to see it. I mean, all of us are huge DC fans and Marvel fans, but like everyone's excited as fuck. They're like, yeah, this is gonna be badass.
Of course.
Rhea, are you gonna see Doctor Strange?
Yeah, definitely. I haven't booked my tickets yet, just because there's a surplus of theaters that I'm not gonna have too hard of a time to get day one tickets at anyway. But I do plan to see it at least the weekend that it comes out.
Yeah.
And then I already bought my tickets. I know Anthony, you bought your tickets.
Yes.
Neil, I don't know. If
I haven't bought mine yet, but I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it's gonna be really good. Whoa.
Whoa,
Oh, wow.
Oh, we're in a multiverse.
We're in a multiverse. and look at Meg said she got her tickets as well.
Yes.
Got my tickets secured.
Tickets in the bag. Tickets in the bag. Yo, that shit right there got me a little hype. I hadn't seen that yet. That little fucking
that was
sizzle
really
reel, whatever.
good.
That's
I was
yeah,
like,
I
wow.
hadn't seen that.
that was new.
You know what? It was the best part of the whole thing was hearing how excited that Sam Raimi was.
Yeah, dude.
And it's not really common for all these people that bring these titles to like really be excited. It looked like, I mean, he's not an actor. It looked like he was really excited to do this. And I do know that, of course, Doctor Strange is his favorite character. So I think he's going to bring it. I mean, I always say that, like, if the director has a story to tell, it's going to be a good story.
Yeah.
If they're just like hired on to just do the job, it's not going to be as good.
Very nice.
Well, yeah, no, he seems like he's really into it. It looks like a badass movie. I can't wait to see it. Like, I have no doubt that it's gonna be badass. So,
yeah, and I also look forward to like hit the ground running, bro. The short runtime of 2 hours and like 4 minutes. That's just gonna hit the ground fucking.
Right, exactly.
Like
it's gonna be real slow burn.
Hit the ground like Grant Gustin.
I mean, it's gonna be a lot of exposition, especially.
Dude, it's gonna hit the ground.
I expect.
They're just gonna. They don't have the world build. There's no.
They don't have the world build. It's already built.
There's
and that's the best part about it.
You know what you're going into.
But that's what I love so much about No Way Home was that it just hit the ground running. Like it started right from when the other one left off, and it was like boom, go.
Yeah,
and I love that. So real quick, final 10 minutes, you guys. Have you guys even watched Halo? I know Anthony has.
No.
I like it. The thing is, though, is that the guy takes his fucking helmet off like nonstop, and I mean, there's the actor right there. He's
oh god, put a helmet on that guy.
No, you know what I was thinking to myself, guys. I mean, I know you're enjoying it. I'm not enjoying it, but at the same token, I think we have a Judge Dredd problem here. When Stallone did it, he always had the helmet off. And then, decades later, we got the one with Carl Urban, and he did it with the helmet on, and it was such a satisfying movie the way
it was.
Because you made the character,
Well, it's the same thing with Will Smith playing Deadshot.
Right.
He's like, I got to take off. Give me a monocle.
Same token. Maybe they chose the wrong story for Halo, like where they're picking up. Why didn't you pick up where you're creating Master Chief instead of where they right now? Like you're in the midst of the war with the company.
Yeah, Andre, why?
So I mean, maybe that's a problem. But am I like that crazed fan that's going like, oh, I took the helmet off? No, you gotta build exposition for like people that don't play the game. Like, oh, this is cool. This is this is that.
And I am that. The only Halo I've ever played was the online because that shit was fun as fuck. Like, what was it? Blue versus
Red.
Red versus
Blue.
Red, yeah.
Red versus Blue. Yeah, that shit was fun. And when I played, I played a little bit of the first Halo story mode, but the rest of the games have not played them at all because I'm a PlayStation dude. So I wasn't on the Xbox like that. So like when I watch the show, for me, it's all fresh. I'm like, I do understand the meaning of him not taking the helmet off and all of that stuff, but at the same time, it doesn't bother me at all. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not like,
so it ruins it for you.
No,
it's
great. My only complaint for Halo so far is the fact that there's such a lack of action in this. It's based on a game that is pure action,
non-stop action. Yeah. I mean, we got action in the first episode, but we haven't gotten any since.
That's it.
So I'm hoping that more shows up pretty soon. But I know that they probably feel like they have to establish a lot of the lore and the storyline for everyone who doesn't play the game. I didn't really play the game that much, so I don't know the story all that well. But I do know that he never took his helmet off, except for like one shot, I think, in Halo 5. We just see his eyes. But in this one, I mean, not only did he take off his helmet, but he got like butt fucking naked at one point and was like having to do something. I was like, okay, so now not only did you take his helmet off, but now he's butt naked. Okay, so they went full on. Like, we're gonna strip him down.
I think the one thing the show has in its favor is that we've become accustomed to is 6 episodes, bro. This one is 9. We hadn't seen a series that is on the level of stuff we mastered.
Oh man, Joey, he beats you.
Yeah, he beats you, Joey. He beats you.
Does that? Fear Jason got him. He got him. That's good.
The only hell plays is Beyonce on what? Okay, relax. But it's 9 episodes, so there's
Whoa,
time.
hey, relax.
Whoa.
No, it doesn't hit like Master.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
This one,
no, you missed.
Hey, Fear Jason is also late because I made that joke in a group chat like last week. But it was Master Yeeks. You know what I'm saying? Master Yeeks.
There we go.
But there we go. But anyway, that's it. Having it 9 episodes is good, so they can have these few episodes of exposition and then go all out action for the last 4. Let's fucking go.
I hope so.
Let's go. And then lastly, guys, there was Moon Knight. Did you what?
His cheeks do be clapping like a gravity hammer, bro. Relax.
Okay, so real quick, you guys, let's go over Moon Knight. Rhea, did you watch? Are you watching Moon Knight?
Yeah, I love the show.
I think it's really good.
Yeah,
I love the psychological aspect of it. How he's trying to figure out who he is and who is Mark and what's really going on. What did you think about episode? Was it episode 2? Yeah, 2.
Yeah. Are we in spoiler territory, or do you want me to be general or about my feelings? Like, where are we at?
We want you to feel. We want your feels.
Oh yeah. So
full on spoiler.
Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, introducing Mr. Knight was. Oh, sorry, I said that before the spoilers popped.
Mr. Knight. If you guys are Moon Knight fans and haven't seen it by today, which is literally 5 days after it came out, get out of here, bro. Go ahead, Lance.
I love the dynamic to Andre's point about Moon Knight versus Steven, and then Mr. Knight versus Steven with Steven, and then Moon Knight with
Mark.
What is Mark? Yeah. So it's kind of like 4 different characters within like this one person, and everyone is, and like the elements around him are just sort of like responding to him, and then like Mark's wife and things like that. So I really liked it. It was interesting. It's keeping me motivated to follow the series.
Ryan, have you even seen Moon Knight?
Yeah.
Okay. Anthony, what did you think of Moon Knight?
No, I think it's fire. Hopefully we get more, because it's been, and what's the exposition, what they've been doing has been good, because you do learn more about like Steven and stuff.
Right.
I did like the fact that Mark took over at the end of episode 2. Like, bro, it's time to get real. Let me take over this fucking thing. That was fire. But yeah, Mr. Knight was fire when he came out. I thought what they've done so far and the pace that they've taken has been good, because I mean, obviously you got a little glimpse of Moon Knight in episode 1. You got even more of a glimpse in the second one. I'm hearing the 4th one is supposed to be the all-out badass fucking episode of the 6th. So we got a couple more till we get with that, but it's good. It's good. I'll be watching on Wednesday. So there's that.
There we go. And then Neil,
I'm enjoying it. So far, so good. I don't know shit about fuck. So
yeah, I don't know either.
When it comes to this show, like, great, cool. It's about Egyptian like lore, mummies, gods, and all that stuff. I'm into it. I'm into it.
Gesundheit.
That scene when he exits the storage room, and then the lights that come on down the hallway, I thought that was really, really cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No,
and then you see Khonshu walking. He's like, ah! He starts booking it. But the character of Khonshu, it looks really, really cool. It's like the pterodactyl head almost. I think it's supposed to be an alligator. I don't know what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a bird.
Oh, it's a crane, right, or something like that.
Yeah.
It's a Khonshu.
It looks like what one of I can't remember which one of the couple in Beetlejuice made themselves into.
Oh yeah, it was the dude.
Yeah.
It was the dude. So
that's what it looks like anyway.
Yeah.
Like the head.
It
you know
does.
Yeah.
Good.
He had his eyeballs on his fingers.
They call him Cuban Pete.
So yeah, they call me Cuban Pete. All right, so yeah, definitely check out Moon Knight. I think it's a fire show. I can't wait to see episode 3. But guys, that's going to wrap things up for the show. I want to thank Ryan, Neil, ACS, and Rhea for coming out today and talking about all the fun topics that we talked about. Everyone in the chat, I know it was kind of a lively chat.
Yeah,
but
heated for a
good
minute,
time.
but I think it subsided. I think we're good.
It subsided, yeah. It simmered down. So
simmer down now.
Let's go around the horn. Rhea, where can they find you?
Yeah, this is my YouTube channel right here, Rhea with 4 A's. I talk about movies, video games, lots of fun topics. Yeah, come check me out if you want.
There we go. We'll save you for last. Ryan, where can they find you?
You can find me on my channel tomorrow. I'll be doing another drawing stream. So if you guys are into drawing or doing anything artistic, come and say hello.
There we go.
Come say hello.
Anthony,
what is going on in the chat right now?
I don't even want to read it.
I'll ask you a bunch of questions. And I want to have them answered immediately.
No. Right there at 2279 ACS, add an _ to that for Twitter, and the ACS Universe on YouTube. There you go.
I'm a cybernetic organism, living tissue over a metal endoskeleton.
No shit.
Neil, there, everybody. All right, you can find me on YouTube, The Irregular Neil. You can find me on Instagram, Irregular Neil. Find me on Twitter because my ass is banned for life at HulkProd09. And remember, Irregular Nation, come take a ride on the irregular side because why the fuck wouldn't you want to? Honestly, seriously, come on over. All right,
there we go. And guys, make sure you smash that like button. Hit subscribe with the bell notification button, and consider joining the channel as a member and join the Patreon to help support the channel as well. There's a link down there. I have some new shirts that I put on there with the new logo that Ryan helped me develop. He added the extra little O inside.
Are you wearing one?
The extra
You're
ring.
wearing one I see tonight.
Oh, this is one that Anthony made for me.
Yeah.
As I caress myself.
Well, Anthony didn't make that.
Not that talented. My wife made that shirt.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so I like the shirt a lot, though. Yeah. But so thank you very much for the shirt. And it says, "Yo, that's fire."
Yeah, it is. Oh yeah, it's Joe's fire on the bottom.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
Fire, dude. Yeah.
There we go. All right, you guys. We'll be back on again. He has his drawing stream. Ryan does. Neil goes live randomly throughout the week, and then usually whenever we're live, he goes live.
That's right. That's right.
Anthony, he's on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays.
Yeah.
And we'll be live again this Thursday.
Time to play that just
we'll be live this Thursday for the Four Nerds, and then I'll be live again next Monday for right here on the Nicotina Show. So I will see you guys then, and you guys have a great week, great rest of your week, and we'll see you guys next time.